In Activity 1, Meet Our Solar System, students explore the components of our solar system. Students first become familiar with the names of the planets and then research and share information on each planet. You'll need the following materials from the kit. Activity Sheet 1, Parts A and B, metric rulers, bottles of glue, reference guide to the solar system, index cards, names of planets labels, blue construction paper, and masking tape. You'll also need to provide black markers, scissors, scrap paper, and the Solar System Delta Science Reader and other reference books. To prepare for the activity, make a copy of Activity Sheet 1, Parts A and B for each student. If your set of names of planets labels includes a Pluto card, you should remove and discard it at this time. Cut the blue construction paper into 2 centimeter wide strips. Each student will need 3 of these strips. At the top of each of 10 index cards, write the words Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and the Sun. Make sure to leave space under the names for students to record data. Each team of 2 will need a pair of scissors, a metric ruler, a black marker, and access to the glue. To begin the activity, ask students, what do you think a system is? Tell students that a system is a group of items that form a unified whole, and stimulate a discussion of systems with which students may be familiar, such as a transportation system or the human digestive system. Ask students, what do you think a solar system is? Accept all reasonable answers, and then explain that solar means relating to the sun, and that a solar system is made up of a star and all the objects that travel around it. Guide students to understand that a star is a ball of glowing gases that gives off tremendous amounts of heat, and that our sun is a star, which all objects travel around in our solar system. Draw a large circle and label the circle star. Ask students, can you name some objects that travel around the sun? Your students will probably know the names of many of the planets, and may also identify some asteroids, meteors, comets, and moons. Then introduce the term planet as a large spherical satellite of a star, and explain to the students that Earth is one of 8 planets that travel around our sun. Next, divide the class into 10 teams. Give each team an index card labeled with the name of a solar system object, either a planet, Pluto, or the sun. Explain to the class that in this activity, each team will gather data from the reference books about their object and record it on their card. To assist students, list at least 4 categories to guide their research. Some examples include size or diameter, composition of the atmosphere, distance from the sun, presence and number of moons, and presence and number of rings. Make sure to allow for sufficient time for students to read the material, find the information, and record it on their index cards. After teams have finished gathering data, write the word sun inside the large circle you drew, and have the team that researched the sun share their information with the rest of the class. Next, tape the label for Mercury just to the right of the sun circle and invite the team that investigated Mercury to present the facts they discovered about that planet. Continue calling on the remaining teams in the order of closest to farthest from the sun, until all teams have shared their findings with the rest of the class. Divide the class again, this time into teams of 2, and hand out a copy of Activity Sheet 1, Parts A and B, and 3 strips of blue construction paper to each student. Also, distribute scissors, a ruler, and a marker to each team and indicate the location of the glue to the class. Instruct students to cut each strip of paper into 3 pieces. Tell them to use the marker to write the name of a planet on each paper strip. Then have students arrange and glue the labels to their activity sheets in the order of their distance from the sun, following the model you created. Remind the class that a solar system consists of a star and all the objects that travel around it, and ask students questions specifically pertaining to planet size, distance, and atmosphere, such as, which is the largest planet? Which one of the planets has no atmosphere at all? Students should recall that Jupiter is the largest planet, and that Mercury has no atmosphere. Next, share with students that there is a trick to help remember the names of the planets in order. Students can make up a sentence with words that begin with the first letter of the name of each planet. Give them a couple of examples, such as, "My very educated mother just served us noodles." "More volcanoes erupting made John settle up north." "Many veggies eaten make jumping sit-ups normal." Explain to students that memory aids such as those sentences are called mnemonic devices. If they wish, students can make up their own mnemonic devices to remember the names of the planets. To conclude the activity, remove the masking tape from the planet labels and return the labels and all other materials to the kit. For science background, reinforcement activities, curriculum connections, and information about the Delta Science Reader, please consult your DSM Teacher's Guide.